abolishing age-based grouping and using competency and intelligence as criteria. Customized learning, grouping students by competency and intelligence allow for a more customized and personalized learning experience. Students can progress at their own pace, preventing boredom or frustration that can arise when they are held back or rushed ahead based solely on their age. Addressing learning difference. Students have varying learning abilities and styles. Grouping them based on competency and intelligence can help ensure that each child receive appropriate support and challenge, improving overall learning customer outcomes, reducing social pressure. At best, grouping can lead to social pressure to conform and fit in with peers. When students are grouped based on their abilities, it may reduce the negative impact of peer pressure and allow students to develop more independently. Effective use of resources. It can be more effective to allocate educational resources based on a student's needs and abilities rather than their age. This approach might lead to more effective use of teaching resources against abolishing age-based grouping and using competency and intelligence as criteria. Social development. School is not just about academics, but also about social development. Age-based grouping allows children to interact with peers of their own age, helping them develop important social skills from friendship and learn how to work with people of diverse backgrounds. Practical implementation. Implementing competency and intelligence-based grouping could be challenging, determining competency and intelligence levels accurately and fairly can be subjective and lead to issues of bias and discrimination. Stigmatization. Labeling students based on a competency and intelligence could stigmatize those who are placed in lower groups, potentially damaging their self-esteem and motivation to learn. Long-term consequences. Act-based grouping prepares students for the real world, where they will interact with people of different ages. Removing this element of diversity in school may not adequately prepare them to view the social and workplace dynamics. Developmental difference. Children develop at different rates and age-based. Grouping takes into account the typical developmental milestones that children reach. Competency and intelligence alone may not capture these nuances. Housework abolished primary and middle school years that group children based on age and instead group them by competency and intelligent man about 5. Fostering a growth mindset. By grouping students based on competency and intelligence, we can promote a growth mindset. When students are placed class that challenge them appropriately, they are more likely to develop a positive attitude toward learning and be motivated to improve. This can lead greater overall academic and personal growth. Addressing learning disabilities. Competency and intelligence as grouping can better accommodate students with learning disabilities or special needs. Instead of struggling in age-based classroom that might not meet their unique requirements. These students can be placed in appropriate learning environments where they can receive the support and easy communication where they need to thrive. Encouraging collaboration. Competency B as grouping can promote collaboration among students. When students of similar competency levels are grouped together, they are more likely to engage in meaningful peer-to-peer learning as they can better relate to each other's abilities and challenges. This collaborative learning can enhance overall educational outcomes, reducing educational inequality. Age-based grouping can perpetuate educational inequalities. Students who fall behind or excel beyond their age group may not receive the necessary attention and result. Competency and intelligence B X grouping can help bright educational gaps and ensure that every student gets the educational they deserve regardless of their age. Preparing for real-world challenge. The real world doesn't operate on age-based grouping. In the workplace and in society, individuals interact with people of different age and competency. By introducing competency B as grouping in school, we better prepare students for the diversity and challenge they will encounter in adulthood. Continuous improvement. With competency and intelligence-based set grouping, educators can continuously assess and adjust a student's placement as they progress. This flexibility ensures that students are always learning at their optional level, promoting a more effective and adaptable education system. In summary, abolishing age-based grouping in favor of competency and intelligence-based grouping over several advantages, including fostering a growth mindset, addressing learning disabilities, encouraging collaboration, reducing educational inequality, preparing students for the real world, and allowing for continuous improvement. While this approach might present challenge, it has the potential to create a more equitable and effective educational system that better serves the needs of all students. Okay, guys, that's from me. Thank you so much.